It's the eye of the tiger. It's the thrill of the fight, rising up to the challenge of our rivals. Gemini, we are coming from the book of Survivor with the eye of the tiger. If you grew up or know anything about the late 1900s, you know the eye of the tiger. That's what they play when somebody is walking down down to the ring for a boxing match. It's like you got to get the eye of the tiger, right? Now the rival part, more times than not, let's be honest, the rival is within, but sometimes the rival is something external. And that's what Spirit wants to talk to us about. Gemini, adapting, adjusting, overcoming, and elevating beyond the challenge. I'm Shauna. Let's see your highs. Good tarot. Welcome or welcome back. This message is not for every Gemini placement, and that is okay. Take it as it resonates. So let's get into the situation. What's the situation for Gemini? We got it out here fast. Gemini, here's a Six of Pentacles up on us. We have Temperance, and we have the Knight of Cups. At the bottom of the deck, Gemini, we have the Nine of Swords. Hmm. It's Nine of Swords, of course. The energy surrounding the situation is one that is very stressful. It's one that keeps you up at night, and it's the stress that is winning the battle. We're going to clarify this Nine of Swords. There's something that brings comfort to you, Gemini. For some people, when they get stressed out, they stress eat. Some people stress shop. It's that's the energy that I'm getting. But it's a cycle that can't, or maybe shouldn't be sustained. I'm gonna clarify that. Ooh, the Two of Swords is behind that. Feeling stuck. Not just stuck anywhere, but stuck with nowhere to turn, nowhere to go. Because this Two of Swords, this lady is on a rock, but she's surrounded by water, and you feel like there's no way out. Images can be misleading. The situation can be misleading because although she's surrounded by water, we don't know how deep that water is. It could be 2 feet deep, and she could just walk. Two of Wands is behind that. You know, about planning, looking beyond what's in front of you, because what we see at the surface may be misleading. And what's behind the Two of Wands is the Nine of Wands that encourages us to persevere. And a lot of times, we put ourselves in situations that where we end up wounded. Like this person got his arm in a sling and a daggone boot. Like like bruh. So we're gonna clarify those. But let's go. Spirit's like, nope, one more. Behind that is the Ace of Wands. there's an opportunity in this to elevate, one where this is easier said than done, but Spirit is bringing this to my remembrance because this is something that I do myself. Even in the moment, I have to take a step back when I'm being challenged. Like, whoa, okay. Hmm. Even though I'm not feeling it, I'll say it. It's one of those fake it till you make it type situations. You know what? Thank you for this challenge. Thank you for the test. I won't be smiling. I'll probably be like, thank you for the test. But that starts that's the catalyst to help me recognize that it actually is a test, and how I respond is it makes the difference between the elevation or not. It makes the difference between actually, moving forward or going back into the cycle. It makes the difference between if I step into abundance, a higher level of abundance, on the empress level or emperor level, or for my non-binary folks, the ruler level, or not. Yeah, let's go back to your spread here. We got the Six of Pentacles, Temperance, and the Knight of Cups. Just to remind you, this Six of Pentacles is different than the original or traditional Rider-Waite Smith, because this guy, although he's giving coins like in the traditional, if you look at his other hand, he got a stack of bills, but he giving this lady a tip in change, and she looking like this motherfucker here, like they got her looking directly into the painter's eyes, the drawer's eyes. It's like, you see this shit, like, and that's the energy, Gemini. You've accepted change, as in like what people wanted to give you for too long. It's you who pours into other folks, and people offer you what they want you to have as opposed to what you deserve. And it's starting to stress you out. Going back to that Nine of Swords. And a lot of times it has to deal with relationships, romantic relationships, not just familial and friendships, all the relationships. And you end up with the face that this lady got. Like, ain't there some shit? Like, it's like this motherfucker here. There's no balance. There's no balance. Can we clarify, Spirit? Temperance and the Knight of Cups. Please clarify temperance first for Gemini. Got Ace of Swords. You realize this now. This is the breakthrough, and this is something that you have to overcome. This is that challenge where you step back and like, oh, thank you for the challenge, Spirit. Thank you for the challenge, God. Thank you for the challenge, angels. Because this is something this is a cycle that has to be broken. Yeah, this is that opportunity. This is that opportunity. This is the sword of truth and justice. This is about cutting through the bullshit from jump to stop the cycle. You gotta when you first see it, right? Can we clarify this Knight of Cups, Five of Wands, Page of Wands at the bottom of the deck? It's an opportunity to start over from the competing thoughts in your mind of traditionally overgiving and people pleasing and um, accepting what people want you to have as opposed to what you deserve. This is about fighting for your what you deserve, fighting for balance, fighting for your healing, fighting for your life, literally, that peace in your life. Can we clarify the combination of, just to remind you of all the cards that Spirit wanted me to pull out from the bottom of the deck? We got the Nine of Swords, Two of Swords, Two of Wands, the Nine of Wands. So nine 9922 may be important to you, Gemini, in any variation of those numbers. We're going to clarify this combination. Shoot, there may be somebody's zip code, honestly, here in the States, 92291. Or 19229, any variation of those numbers could be somebody's zip code. Can we clarify this? The Nine of Swords combination. You fought and you fought for balance, but it's like we got Queen of Pentacles, stable, trustworthy, um, dependable, growth. She is financially viable, financially stable. She makes sure everything is taken care of, but she's also taken care of. Look at the regalia on her. You know, she makes sure she's taken care of. She don't look broke. She don't have all this broken down stuff around her. And it's the fact that in this this Nine of Swords energy is that you have to make that decision. And it's a decision where you have to most likely plan to leave some situations and leave some people, but it's an opportunity for growth. It's an opportunity, bottom of the deck, the Two of Cups, to bring other folks who match your energy, who pour into your cup. We talk about people who are equally yoked, YOKED, and this being divinely guided, in all of your relationships, not just the romantic ones. It's the opportunity. So let's get into what you need to overcome here. Now that we know the situation, so what is it that Gemini needs to overcome in order to elevate? And then Gemini, we're going to go into the advice from Spirit about how you elevate. We got the Ten of Pentacles. Ooh, the Four of Pentacles. And the Five of Cups. At the bottom of the deck, Gemini, we have Judgment. This is your awakening. This is that wake up call. This is that Where it is, there it is. This is that Ace of Swords moment, an Ace of Wands moment, staring you right in your face. This is a rebirth. This is that opportunity to actually end a cycle that is not serving you. This is about freeing yourself from conditioning that you have to be everything to everybody all at the same damn time, while others aren't anything to you or for you. Ten of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles, Five of Cups. This is about knowing when to leave and knowing when to let go. This is about overcoming, wearing out your welcome. That's what the folks used to say around here. You weren't worn out your welcome. And not being sad about releasing people when they worn out theirs. And there's some people that you want to keep around you forever, and it's they're not supposed to be there. They're holding you back. And as you continue to hold on to these folks and be sad about, the situation surrounding people that don't want to be around and don't want to be kept, you're missing out on the good and plenty, the rewards and all the things um, that the universe, God, your angels, your benevolent ancestors, whomever it is you lean into, what what is meant for you, because you can't grasp hold of the blessings and everything else that's coming to you because you holding on to these four pentacles for dear life when you should have been let go. How can you hold on to four when spirit has 10 waiting on you? And that's just the start. So you've been accepting what people give you because you've been conditioned to do so. But now is the time to overcome that because you deserve so much more. Yeah. What's the advice for Gemini to elevate once they overcome accepting what people want to give them? We have the Four of Wands, Gemini, and there it is again. Different deck. Five of Cups. Bottom of the deck, the Knight of Cups. People are going to start, once you decide that what you want in life is everything that you deserve, what you will accept are only those things that you deserve because it's what you give yourself. That's what's going to be coming into you. Yes, there are going to be people who come into your life and want to give you what they deserve, but when you have these boundaries, like these four wands, they're boundaries. Only certain people can come through. If people are coming to your house, Gemini, and they don't bring something with them, as I was always taught to bring something when I go to people's houses, you know, bottle of wine. If they're sober or something like that, you bring something else, bring a cake. know, if they don't come with something to offer, if they don't come with peace, if they don't come with blessings, if they don't come with, prosperity in their own hearts, then we ain't got nothing to talk about. We ain't got nothing to talk about. But this peace has to start with you. The prosperity and harmony has to start within, and then it projects out. And you can't be afraid or regret losing folks because they want to give you what they want you to have. Yeah. This is how you build stability. This is how you build independence. This is how you build a secure life with secure people around you. And that starts with first securing yourself, because this is surrounded by insecurity. Yeah. And please, Gemini, don't mistake my passion for judgment, because I have been there. Got a t shirt that says so many things, people pleaser, insecure. Been there. I know how it feels. And this is easier said than done, but you got this. You got this. And we'll hold space for you. But it's your time to adapt, adjust, overcome, and elevate. Is that it, Spirit? That's it, Gemini. Until next time.